Hello, my name is Masha and I'm obsessed with friendship bracelets. I make friendship bracelet videos on this channel, which include just fun discussion videos and challenges, and I also do tutorials every once in a while. I make a lot of friendship bracelets. I really do. I probably don't make as many as you think I do, if you've been watching me for a while, but I do make quite a lot. I do monthly wrap-ups at the end of every month where I show you what bracelets I made throughout that month and also give you a challenge for the month. So if you want to take part in the challenge, you should watch my most recent wrap-up video. But also every 6 months, I do an updated collection video. I've made a few of these in the past. I'll link a playlist in the card and in the description so you can check out the previous ones if you want to. I won't be showing you my full collection in this video because that would take so long. But I've shown you the rest of the bracelets in those previous videos, and today I'm just gonna show you the bracelets that I've made in the past 6 months in an updated collection video. So let's get started. Oof, there are quite a few bracelets here today. If I'm being honest, I absolutely don't remember the chronology of these bracelets, so I'm not going to be showing you them in chronological order. I also don't know how many there are, but I'll put a number for each of the bracelets in editing, and for each number there'll be a pattern linked in the description so you guys can make these bracelets as well if you want to. Let's get started! I don't remember the exact order, but we're going to go in roughly chronological order, starting with this bracelet. I made this bracelet for my 24-hour bracelet challenge that I did back in March at the beginning of lockdown, kind of my lockdown project. I think this was the first bracelet that I finished for that. It's got sparkly string in it, quite short, it's got crimp ends on it. I quite like it. The process of me making this could be seen in the 24-hour challenge video, along with the process for this bracelet, which I also quite like. It's also got sparkly string for the pink and the light blue, very subtle sparkle. I think it's a really sort of cute bracelet. We've also got the Starburst in purple, which I also made during that challenge video. I'm still debating whether or not I should do another one of those. You guys seem to really enjoy the 24-hour challenge video, and you've been pressuring me to do another one, so maybe I'll do another one at some point. I've also got a collection of the Starburst. I've got the Starburst in red and blue as well, and so I made a purple one to add to that collection. I'm considering making more, but I'm sort of not in the mood for it right now, so I've sort of stopped. This one was made in March, haven't made one since then basically, but it will be updated in the future. I'm pretty sure there were other bracelets that I made for that wrap up, but for some reason I can't find them, so let's skip over to this one, which is a bracelet that I did after I did my 24-hour challenge. And you can tell that this was made in Russia because you can kind of, don't know how well you can see it on camera, but I can definitely tell that there's cat hair in it. I was living in cats while I was in Russia for that time. I quite like this one as well. I actually thought about making a collection out of these in different colors. I don't know why I haven't yet, I just never got around to it, I guess, but it's definitely a really cool bracelet. Super fun to segment knot as well. And for the triangle ends, I think it finishes in a really nice shape for both triangle ends, so I like this one quite a lot. We've then got the mirrored diamonds bracelet, which I did a tutorial on. Any tutorial or any video that I mentioned will be linked in the description along with all the patterns for the bracelets. But I think this bracelet has a really cool sort of effect to it with the mirroring. It did come out quite short though because I was trying to rush to complete the tutorial. If I were just making this bracelet for myself, I probably would have made it a little bit longer, but nonetheless, I think it is very cute. Moving on to my collections that I started. The stitched Chevron. I started a collection of these in quarantine as well while I was in Russia. The first one I did was in grey and pink. All sort of salmon colored. Even the stitch isn't white, the stitch is a sort of off-white color, kind of grayish. I think it looks really cute. I then did another one in brown and green, and the stitch as well is not white, it's sort of like a very pale yellow, which you can kind of even compare these. This one looks more white, even though it's not white as well. I quite like both of these. I did do a striped loop for this one, and I realized that I don't like it, so for all the other ones, I just did a single colored loop. And then I made this one as well, and this one was actually the one that I used for the tutorial in purple and sort of yellow-orange. The black here is sparkly, which I quite like. And I made a tutorial for this bracelet with this one. I still really want to make more of these. I've only made 3 for the collection so far, but I'm definitely planning on making more of these. They are really fun to make. And then I started another collection, the staggered chevron. This was the first one that I did in pink and yellow. I really like this bracelet. And then I did another one in teal and red, and I also think it's really cool. And then I decided to film a tutorial, so I made a blue and orange. I don't know which one I like more, to be honest. I quite like all of these. I think they're all really cool. But yes, I used this one to film a tutorial, so that means the tutorial is up as well, which will be linked in the description. This bracelet looks really complicated, but it's actually very simple to make. There's only really one row that you have to repeat. The only difficult part is figuring out how to start it with the triangle ends, but even that isn't super difficult, and I definitely recommend making it. I'm planning on continuing this collection. It's just something I, once again, didn't get around to doing. We have this beautiful bracelet, which is kind of like the mini version of the diamond cross, if you know what I'm talking about. And if you don't, I'll show you a diamond cross that I made later as well. I used a sparkly blue for the outline of the cross. I made this bracelet in like one sitting because I got some new string and I really wanted to try it out. And also you can still see cat hair in it everywhere. This is still the Russia phase. I really like this one. I think it's cute. I really like the pictures that I took of it on the flowers. You can see in my Instagram if you'd like. I recommend it. It's like the mini version of the diamond cross, as I said. So if you're feeling that that one is a bit too difficult for you, then this one could be good. All right, heading to the London times. These are bracelets that I already made when I was in London. Starting off with this one, which is the Celtic Wave bracelet. I'm showing it to you the quote-unquote wrong side up. This would be the side that you would be knotting from, but I think it looks better on this side because of the waves specifically. The way that you make your knots for this bracelet makes this sort of wave design on the back of it, which I think looks really cool. And the idea for the color combination here was like sunflowers. Don't know how well that translates into the bracelet itself. I think it was better in my brain in theory. But I still think this looks really cool. I did film a tutorial on this one as well, if you want to see it. I wouldn't recommend this one as a beginner bracelet because it's one of those bracelets that misses knots, which is why you can see a bunch of string sticking out of the sides. And it's a bit difficult to get the hang of the tension, to be honest. Even I had difficulties with it, which is why it's kind of lopsided. I don't know how well you can tell, but it is, yeah, it's lopsided. Just if I place a ruler next to it, you can tell how lopsided it is. So even I had some difficulties with tension, so I wouldn't recommend this as like a starter bracelet, but it is a fun bracelet to try if you're looking for something different. And now we're heading into my alpha phase. I had a bit of an alpha phase this year where I made a bunch of alphas. I think I currently am in one again. These were made a couple months ago, but I'm currently in another one, I think. I've been making alphas basically non-stop for the past couple of days. But I made this cute little wave bracelet with white waves on a pink, I was gonna say multicolored, but this is not a multicolor, is it? It's a gradient. I keep getting those mixed up. Pink gradient background. This is actually one pink string that is just a gradient instead of multiple pink strings. I think it's cute. I made this in like a sitting as well because it's like one of those really small thin ones. I made it in just like an evening and I quite like it. I think it's cute. Then we have this one, which is a cute little parrot. I'm not sure how I feel about this one because it's got a lot of white at the beginning and at the end as well. And when you put it on your wrist, the parrot isn't, like the parrot is not looking in the direction that you would want it to look. Usually when you make bracelets like with the waves, you would want them to look sort of horizontal when they're on your wrist, whereas the parrot doesn't. The parrot is vertical and it doesn't look in the direction you would want it to look. But since I don't wear my bracelets anyway, I don't think it matters that much. I think it's a really cute pattern. I've been wanting to make it for a while, and so I did. And I think it looks awesome. Oh, and then we have this one. I am absolutely in love with this one still. I made this a couple of months ago, but it is so cool. I really love cacti. There's something about cacti that I really just love. And I've been eyeing this pattern for a really long time, but I kept putting it off because I was worried that it would go all wonky, and then I did it, and it looks fine. So I'm really happy. I think the colors as well complement each other quite well. I don't know, I really love this one. I highly recommend it. And then we have the Junimo pattern from Stardew Valley. A lot of people think this is an apple because it kind of looks like an apple, which I guess if you make it and you want it to be an apple, you can, but it's actually a Junimo from Stardew Valley, which is a game that's very special to me. It's like a friendly spirit in the game. But I made this one. I made a video on this as well. It's a sort of a pattern walkthrough that explains a little bit more about how to make alphas. So if you want a more detailed tutorial on how to make alphas with like a specific example, you can watch that video, which will be linked. But yeah, I've got this multicolored string in the background. This is my first time trying it. I think it looks kind of cool. I'm very happy with this bracelet. Then we have this one, lavender. I really like this one. Did I tell you guys my wedding was in the theme of lavender? I don't think I did. We had a very small wedding. There was only like 13 people there, including us. And it was lavender themed. Our cake had lavender, the decorations were all lavender. I had a dried lavender bouquet. Our invitations had lavenders on them as well. And lavender's very special to me. Plus I really like the color purple. And there's like 4 different shades of purple here, so the color change was a mess. But I really like this pattern. I think it's super cute. And then we've got this little guy, which I love. I love cats. I genuinely I love cats. So this cute little guy, it's just beautiful. I had a really fun time making this one. I also really like the background string here. It's a multicolored one. I think the colors go really well together. I think they look awesome in an alpha, and just, oh, I love it. I love it. It's just a cute little cat. I love cute little cats. I made him gray so it doesn't stand out much from the background, since the background is kind of busy anyway, but I think this is so cute. So cute. And on that note, we've got another little cute cat. I really can't choose. I don't know which one of these I like more. I think they're both really, really cute and awesome. This one is also gray, and the colors in here in the background is actually a rainbow. It's like a pastel rainbow, which I think is really cute as well. I love this guy, honestly. I'm kind of looking for more patterns that I can do that are similar to this, which has got like a single animal in the center, preferably a cat. I'm very much a cat person, so I'm sort of in the hunt for more patterns like this, but I really like this one. And then we've got this super cool bracelet. I saw someone else do this on Instagram. I don't remember who it was, but I credited them in the video tutorial that I did. And yeah, I decided to film a tutorial on it. It's basically where you change colors in a normal pattern, similarly to how you do it alphas. I mean, a slight difference because it's a normal pattern. But yeah, I did a video tutorial on this, so if you want to learn how to do that, you can watch that. I think the gradient here is really cool, and I love how it turned out. I've never done a gradient from green to purple, but I think it looks really awesome, and I really like the pattern as well. Then we've got this bracelet in which the black is also sparkly. I quite like this. I think this is a more recent one. I think it's really cool though. I especially like that all the colors are doubled, so I can have sort of more depth to each color. But either way, I think this looks really cool. So sort of like a stitched arrowhead. Oh, I told you we're not going chronologically. I forgot this one from my alpha kick. This was also from the same time period. Just a little flower in a pot. Looking back, I'd probably choose different colors because I think the pink really blends in with the background yellow. So if I were to make this bracelet again, I would probably choose colors that stand out a little bit more. But nonetheless, I think it's really cute, despite it being vertical as well. Next up, we've got this one, which I love. I really, really love this string. It's a rainbow string that I got as a gift from an Etsy shop. I did a whole video review about this string. It's also the same Etsy shop that gave me this background string as well. I did a knot with me for this bracelet, in which I also talk about the string a bunch, so if you want to see that, it'll be linked in the description, but I absolutely love this bracelet. Like, wow, I really, really like this bracelet purely because of the string, but also the pattern is really cool. This is definitely going in like my top 10 from 2020 probably. Next up, we've got this one, which is sort of autumn themed bracelet. I was really feeling autumn this year because it's the first autumn in my life that I didn't have anything going on like school or university, which still feels unreal, but autumn this year was very special to me probably because of that. And so I was in the mood to create something seasonal, and I love this one. I love the pattern. As soon as I saw it, I knew I had to make it, and I think it's really awesome. Just look at it, it's cool. I should have cut the string though, from the back, but oh well. And here we go with the diamond cross. I've already made a bracelet with this pattern before, which you may see in a previous collection of mine. I don't have it with me anymore because I gave it as a gift to someone, but I decided to make it again because I really like the pattern. I think it's really beautiful, and I used some sparkly purple here as well and some multicolored, and I did a tutorial, which I am surprised that I did, but you guys convinced me. I very rarely do tutorials on such complex patterns, but I did one, so if you want to watch it, you can try it. It's actually very simple to make. It is incredibly complex purely because there's a lot going on, but the actual shapes that you have to make to get this design, like with your string, is just a bunch of chevrons, reverse chevrons, and diamonds. That's really it. It's not a complex pattern in the sense of actually knotting it. It's a complex pattern purely because there's a lot going on. So if you're following a tutorial, I'd say you'd probably be fine. But I love this one. I think it's really cool. I'm probably gonna make more of this purely because I really love the pattern. And then we've got this pattern, which I made somewhat recently. I don't really have much to say about it, to be honest. I made it because I was trying to get myself out of a bracelet slump, which I'm still trying to get myself out of, but this was a previous slump that I was in. I've not been having much luck with bracelet slumps this past couple of months, but I think it looks really cool. I think the colors that I chose here are a bit different. I don't usually go with colors like these, but I'm happy that I did because I think they go quite well together in this bracelet, and I think it looks nice. Ooh, my spooky bracelets. Let's talk about this one. I don't like this one. I don't like it. I filmed a knot with me about it if you guys want to watch the actual process of me knotting it and me complaining about it as I go along. I don't like it. I don't like the colors that I chose. I think the pattern is cool, but I wish I had chosen different colors, although to be honest I didn't really have much of a choice at that point because I was running out of string. But I also don't like how it sort of dips in here. It is not the same width all around. It's wider here than it is here, and I don't like that. I do, however, really like how I did 2 triangle ends coming off from a loop and 2 triangle ends at the bottom for this bracelet. So as well as doing a knot with me for the actual design, I did a tutorial for the loop and ends at the back, and then this is what it looks like from behind. I don't love this bracelet, but I'm glad that I was able to use it to actually create a meaningful tutorial. So yeah, that's all I have to say about this one. And then we have this spooky bracelet that I did, which I literally made in one sitting. I just sat down and I made this bracelet. I think it's super cool. I think the sparkly eyes are really cute. I did a knot with me as well for this one, so if you want to see the process of that, I'm much happier in that one because I actually like this bracelet, but if you want to see it, that will also be linked in the description. And finally, we have this bracelet. Of course, if you guys have watched my streams, because I stream on Twitch now, you will know who this is. This is Derek the Dinosaur. My Twitch stream actually named him. I made this guy over multiple Twitch streams because it took forever to do, but I used the multicolored rainbow string here as well, the same one that I used in a previous bracelet that I showed, and I absolutely love him. I think he looks really, really cute. And if you guys want to see a replay of me making this on live stream, I have a Masha Streams channel where I re-upload all of my Twitch streams, so you can watch Derek come to life there. I think he's kind of iconic for my channel now. He's really beautiful. I love him a lot. But yeah, those are all of the bracelets that I made since the last wrap-up, excluding some bracelets that I've given away since then. But to be honest, it'll be quite difficult to track them down, even with pictures. I didn't make as many as I did in the last 6 months. These past 6 months were really not that great for me in terms of making bracelets. I haven't made as many bracelets as I normally do. First, I had my dissertation to write, then I had some other stuff happen, then some other stuff happened, and then I fell into a bracelet slump, and then another bracelet slump, so I just haven't been on top of my bracelet game this while. I guess I've been trying to get out of a bracelet slump now, so hopefully the next collection will be a bit bigger. And that's it for today. As I mentioned at the beginning of the video, I make updates to my bracelet collection videos about every 6 months, so expect another one in about 6 months. Hopefully you guys enjoyed today's video, maybe you got some inspiration for bracelets that you want to make. I'll try to leave the links to all the patterns in the description, so you can check out the patterns for the bracelets that I've shown today. I've made a lot of tutorials as well, which will also be linked in the description, so you can check out and learn from there if you want to. If you want more content from me, I have a second channel on which I post whatever I feel like. I'll leave my most recent upload in the card and in the description. I also have a Twitch on which I stream about twice a week, so you should follow me on there to get notified when I go live. I do live knottings, I moderate on Bracelet Book Live, I just chat to you guys, we do a lot of fun things there. And before I go, I want to give a special shout out to my patrons and especially my top supporters whose names are going to appear on screen right now. Thank you very much for your support. I truly appreciate it. And if you also want to become a patron, there's a link in the description where you can sign up and get exclusive perks for your donations. But in any case, thank you guys very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed today's video, and I'll see you in my next one. Bye!